And to walk us through the BBVA demo, Vicky Linter.
Thanks, Rohit. So money, it's one of the leading causes of stress. And that means all of us in this room, working in financial services, we have the potential to have the most profound impact on people's lives if we get it right. And one of the companies that is getting it right is BBVA. Now, of course, it wouldn't be Dreamforce without a live demo. And my co-pilot today is the amazing Matt Cameron over there. And we would both like to... We'd both like to thank BBVA so much for letting us share your vision of working together as a team to help their customers to achieve their life goals and live the lives that they want to live. Okay. So let's dive straight in. Our main protagonist today is Alejandro Martin. Now, he's just taken on ownership of the family business, and it's a small olive oil company, but he has big plans. He wants to take it international, starting with Mexico. He's put aside some funds, but he's just had some wonderful news. His wife is expecting their first baby. He's delighted, but he knows he's going to need to put some money away for this big project. So he does what all of us do nowadays. He takes out his mobile device. He logs into his mobile banking app, and he transfers some funds. So far, so standard. But when he returns to his homepage, he's prompted with an advert for private banking. Now, this smart interaction has been automatically triggered because the balance in his account exceeded a certain threshold. It's perfect timing, so he clicks in to go through and apply. Now, it's all going through nicely, but then he sees he has to schedule a one-to-one meeting with a private banker. He rolls his eyes. This is where it gets difficult, right? He's going to have to get on the phone, email, phone tag, trying to organize that meeting. But then he sees that using Lightning Scheduler, he can schedule an appointment directly within the mobile app. And it's smart enough to recommend that Santi would be the best advisor for him to speak to, and it knows all of the times when Santi's available. So he can just click straight in there, book an appointment at his convenience, and it's all done. Easy as that, no more telephone tag. Now, over on Santi's desktop, when that application goes in, what's been created behind the scenes is an action plan. Now, Santi loves the action plans because it takes care of all of the tasks in any given business process, not just onboarding. You think about in your own lives, right? We've all had to herd those cats trying to get your colleagues to give you status updates and chasing down the paper. Those days are over. Here, he can clearly see that some tasks have already been assigned out to his other associates. Okay. Some tasks are mandatory, regulatory and compliance usually, like GDPR, for example. And one of the tasks there, the setting up the financial planning session, that's already been completed because Alejandro did that on his mobile app. It's the same business process, whether it's internal tasks or external tasks. This frees up Santi's time to really prepare for that one-to-one meeting. Now let's fast forward in time to the meeting, and they're having a conversation. And Santi discovers a couple of things about Alejandro's goals. He finds out about the baby, but he also finds out that due to this change in personal circumstances, Alejandro's not sure he's going to be able to go ahead with the business expansion he was hoping. Now, Santi wants to help, but he's a private banker. This isn't his area of expertise. Hey, Matt, this sounds like something that the commercial banking division could help with, but how can Santi join up the dots?
Hey, Vicky, that is a great idea. Why don't we create a business referral in Financial Services Cloud?
Wow, that's fantastic. So Santi can create a business referral directly in FSC. He doesn't need to know who to route it to because FSC is going to take care of all of that. So that's the commercial goal in progress. That's great. So let's go back to the personal goal, the baby. Because Alejandro has already given his consent, Santi can place him on a journey. Now, BBVA have built about 170 of these journeys to deliver one-to-one personalized messaging at scale across any channel using data, they're dynamically driven by what we know about the customer. So what this means is the customer gets the right message at the right time on the right channel. So for Alejandro, back on his mobile device, at around 10 in the evening, when we know he happens to be most responsive to messages, he receives a prompt to check out the baby planner. So he can sit on the sofa with his wife and go through and see all of the commitments they're going to be committed to. And this is fantastic. And when it's followed immediately afterwards by a survey, he doesn't hesitate to give full marks. Now, what's interesting is, because it's on FSC, all of that survey data flows straight through, which can then refine those journeys, ensuring that we're doing more of what a customer values and less of what they don't value. But also, that data is all flowing through to Santi's manager, Clara. And on her desktop, she can see all of the performance of her team, of CSAT by relationship manager. So she's able to easily see who are the top performers, maybe just give them a simple thank you, maybe ask them to share their expertise and best practices at the next team meeting. So it looks like the personal banking side is all under control. But what happened to that commercial referral? Well, that was automatically routed over to Mildred in Banco Mer, the Mexican division. And she's received that referral because she's had great success in the past in working on international expansions of Spanish companies. Einstein Insights has popped it right to the top of her to-do list. There's a really hot lead for her there. And with one click, she can drill straight in and see all of the information she needs about Oli Mesa, the company, and Santi. She can see, powered by MuleSoft, an aggregated view of all of the financial accounts and holdings that we have with that company. She can also see that there's an unused line of credit there. That's interesting, right, for this project here. She can also go in and look at the relationship map and check out whether or not she knows the legal company, for example, that Oli Mesa used. And it turns out that she's worked with these guys before on an international expansion. Now, using all of these insights, she's able to put together a really compelling business proposal, totally personalized for Oli Mesa and Alejandro. When she sends it over to Alejandro, he is impressed. He has had a completely unified experience here across products, across channels, even across geographies. And when it came down to it, he hasn't had to choose between expanding his business or expanding his family. With the help from BBVA, he's been able to do both. Back to you, Rohit.